Hello and welcome. Right, just got to get that header moved. I've set the mower going already in field 10 where he actually was. We just need to move the header so that we could grab it with the harvester, but it's not the easiest of things to wander around with. We will need the trailers again as well, or at least a trailer. Well, yeah, actually we've got to empty the other one, haven't we? Forgetting about that. I do like this, the trailer we've got. Obviously you frequently start with a swivel axle, which would have almost been impossible with FSGs. It looks like the silo's broken at the minute, personally. I don't really think it's... I think I was right. I was looking at editing and thinking, that was the silo. You're right. I mean, it doesn't matter to us because we're not, but it would to a lot of people. Obviously, it really does matter a lot normally. So, yeah, let's grab this. It's a long header trailer for this into these entrances. Got to be honest, FSG, you set us up for a fail, mate. But being as your tutorial on Blender was as good as it was, do you know, mate, I'll absolutely forgive you. But it is, I mean, how are we supposed to get in there? You can't go through it. This is really, I used to have a telehandler on almost all Let's Plays for this, like when you got established, because the first year like this, there's only one way this is going to go down, and that's you gotta go with the fact you're going to lose some. I mean, it's a head-on field. There's no way that I can do this unless I'm clever. That is true. This can have narrows. It's a chance. It's just like, yeah, we're going to chop some trees down. I was thinking about, because that actually can become a way in. Yeah, there's a lot of little tiny nooks and crannies that's sort of little areas that can be widened out. If you've got a bit of imagination, you can think about like how things are. There's a lot of space there that has really widened that out. The other thing that I saw in editing that I was looking is this bit here where I said it's wasted ground. I think you can actually probably get in there and chop those trees down, and that's a massive area in there. So again, that's another option. I know we've built in there a little, but we're not really wasted much space. You could also access it from there, but I was like thinking, you could, I suppose, but see, I know I've gone through the wall. I don't really care. I'd knock the wall down and build it there, really. But yeah, so there's a lot of tiny little bits and bobs where we could sort of regain some. We've got the storage. That is the back garden. So, somewhat we're going to treat that as the back garden. We're not doing anything with that. But we could go up to that. Yeah, so I was looking in editing. There's a couple of things I saw. I thought, I think you made a couple of mistakes. Don't you think we ought to be setting that harvester going there, like instead of twiddling? We can talk about this afterwards. I'm a little unsure as the repair point on this. Takes up a lot of room. Whereas what I mean is room is it looks like we haven't got loads of room. It's one of those type of things, and I just think that all things considered, I'm not sure, I can't remember where we went. We'll try that. I think it's got a really good amount of space. I mean, yeah, it's I always hate this type of thing where you like bang, 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 bang into the walls, and then it just like it really is for that reason and only. So what? Oh, it's one of those that goes always back to the thing. So we're gonna go. We're not gonna go. Oh, one of them might have narrows. I thought this had got narrows actually. I'm sure there's one. I think it's the Trelleborg that has got narrows. Yeah, we will absolutely for £1,000 because this might be the secret. This might save our bacon. So yeah, with all that, it's this bang 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 into the like that. It's just no. So do you know something? All things considered, let's just demolition mode B, and so you can't remove it with the left. Oh, it's going to sell more than we think. You could reload the game if like it. Oh. What? What have you removed? What have you removed that we probably wanted? No? I can't see it's removed anything. Though it has obviously given us 150 odd thousand. What did you do? Well, that's a bit... Perhaps it's just remove the gubbins. We're going to put a standard. I'm going to put the little tiny... Again, space is a premium or not at a premium. So I think we're just going to put a standard little repair point down. I don't know what that did. I can't see anything missing or anything. But yeah, this did have a... I didn't realise this could have a front loader. I think this has been modified. I'm sure you can't have a front loader on the standard model. But I might be wrong. No, because I had it on Sri Lanka. And I am right. It was... you couldn't. So I was quite shocked when I saw that actually one of these has got the front loader option. But it could be something, again, I haven't had it for a while. So, no, we don't want that. Well, we do, but not just yet. We're trying to rescue the day. But I'm still sure that the Avion header thing is going to... So we're going to have to, like, sort of plough on into the field, sort of straight on, because we are allowed to. And then, like, this is going to be... I've got to think about the direction and the header. Yeah, it's still going to like do a bit of damage. Look at the length on it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it will suit. I would imagine FSG has done this for one reason. He's saying this can have a bigger header, so don't necessarily think you've got to get rid of this. So that's a message to Mr. Smith here to say, well, not necessarily do you really need to, like... Yeah, well, there's going to be a bit of damage. We know this. I've got to plough on because I know this is going to be a thing. But we sort of can, like we did on a few of others, sort of minimise that by like doing that. And then if we keep him there, was it FSG was the one that made that one that Marty did for me that as the challenge? Because if it does, his style of map making is making a lot of sense to me. Yeah, it's that flipping gate. Flipping gate is in the road. Oh, we've got to shut that. We've got to go through like that. There's no way we're going to do that otherwise. So it's sort of... FSG, how am I supposed to think of this, mate? Look, just the gate's opening wrong. Oh, we sort of got to hope that we get a bit of a break with the... can I go back? Can I inch a little bit? Just no, that's your lot. It really is. So we're going to have to do a bit of damage, unfortunately. Like, that's as good as it gets. Might get away with that, but I doubt it. Yeah, sometimes the game mechanics can be a bit kind with you grabbing bits like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sometimes you get a bit of a... No, we've got to be careful because the wheel's on. Oh. You could pull back a bit. He can do that. I think he's got us caught. Oh, careful. That back wheel on that is not narrow, I don't think. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we'll manually start this because, like, the driver's going to just make me, like, wreck. So we need to unfold again. I've already put the course in, as you can see. I thought, let's do this before everyone... Oh, I might have done it as we did come in, actually, thinking about it. So, down. Let's just... Yeah, just crack on, I think, because we need to let him out as well. It's like a puzzle, isn't it? You know, like Farming Simulator. It's not for the faint of heart or the mentally challenged. It really isn't, because there's so many things. Farmers really have to think about things like this a lot. Right, okay, that'll do. Nearest, and let's go into a time lapse because this is going to be a bit of a beast. It is. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Well, again, not a bad work session. We'll get the other fields on. It's going to be in some bite-sized lumps, I think, on this, to be honest, because there's a lot. It's sort of building for the future. What I've done is what I was looking at in editing. I was thinking there's a lot of we can do quite a lot and join quite a lot of the farm together, sort of like by what they're doing. So where is it? I think the entrance is back in the farmyard, but we've still got to put this back on the header tray. Ooh, and there's that little bit we've got to do here. It's all barley, so I mean, I've got to be honest, we're going to make some smashing whiskey from this. Ooh, of course, maybe in too good again. It is, and it's not a fault. It really is. Yeah, the standard workers could learn a trick or two from. Actually, I'm not sure if originally that. I'm sure at the beginning of FS25 they actually did sort of do a little bit of that, but giants are changing a lot all the time, and it is true though what I was saying last session about it is weird how in some ways we've lost some really good functionality from the game, especially with the animal meshes, where you had total control. Before was a lot of straw for us to grab up off these two fields. I was going to put the self-sufficiency down, but I thought, well, if you do that, you're going to waste. There's quite a bit of. We need to grab that out and pull it the other way. Can you do that the other way? I mean, I don't think. I think you're going to catch the back of the. I think it's too tall. It's not that you can't do it in a way. Depends on... Oh, no, yeah. It depends on the harvester, doesn't it? Some harvesters are a little bit small. I think you might get away with that, actually. It'll do its little twiddle, I think, in a minute. Yeah. There you go. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yes, so there's quite a bit of levelling and things like that to be done there. And again, we've opened up that entire area. It was just trees. In fact, we might, sort of, in a way, do away with the... Oh, it's been a bit finicky. Yeah, my triggers are a bit finicky as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, you could sort of sneak through there now, but we will be good. We'll go through the gate that we're supposed to. But yeah, there's a lot of straw in here, so I think we will do the straw mod. And I think, to be honest, if we go straw mods, whiskey, so we need a guar greenhouse putting down somewhere. It was only horsepower was the reason that couldn't get over the top. The little tiny John Deere's just not got the grunt to actually do... Yeah, see, this has widened out. It's literally gone straight over there now. There's no need... There's no need for the gate. Yeah, well, we'll still use the gate sometimes. But, yeah, this has really widened out. And I recognised that there was a lot of space. Now, I'm not sure if we either wait for the silo to be fixed, which maybe not long. So it might be one of those things that with just a little bit of patience might be the in-out. So I didn't realise, obviously, that there was the manure heap for that, because it's sort of like an open one without any sort of like tell that it's... Now then, let's just quickly send the drones up and see how do we get to that field. It is down there. I thought it was. I did think we were on the right track. It's a bit of twisty-turny this for this. Yeah. Thanks, FSG. That's the... Testing my skills to the absolute limit. Well, what skills? This is going to be a bit tricky. Luckily, he has thought of that, and they are bushes. Someone's abandoned a John Deere. Right way. Well, not quite, but almost in the way. I'm not sure about that. Okay, we'll get past that, but you can tell this is a good map. No, we can do it. Yeah, this is a good map maker, because even the gate. There are some map makers, especially first maps, where like the gates are a nightmare and they like work. That's not a bad effort. I've got to be honest. The ramps. I was saying this about all of the things like ramps and things. They don't sort of quite work right. You always left really that I've nearly always build a land bridge because you can get your levels right, whereas the ramps disappear into the ground or they just don't quite work right, which is a shame. But yeah, I nearly always end up doing a land bridge anyway, but I like those ramps. Occasionally they can work out, but not very frequently. Ooh, now then, how are we going to do this? This is going to be another tractor job into. This is a... Do you know this is a problem for future me, not for present me? Yeah, that we can work out with. I think that little John Deere, is that the one with the narrows, or is that the other? I think it's the other one. Let's just go grab t'other John Deere, because I think it's this one. This is the one who was working closely. It was. Alright, let's get this off the field anyway. And we shall see how well we actually did with what we've done so far. We've got two fields, because somebody's bought a canola field as well. Not sure what we do with the canola, because obviously I don't want to be too many, but well, two things. We've not got the space. The other thing is, if you go like mad with productions, it really can be. We've got sugar beet that we need to do now ourselves. We've got barley and obviously corn that we need to do. That, to be honest, that's quite a few fields just to get that to a state where the business is ticking over nicely and you're managing to be self-sufficient. And then obviously we've got the self-sufficiency for like the straw and like fertiliser to make our own lime fertiliser, because obviously I haven't forgotten this precision farming. I'm sort of tempted to actually buy the data. We will get these piles of wood off, and as well, and we'll see. I would imagine there's quite a little bit, and if there's 10 or 20 tons, which I would have thought there was, then we could probably sell that in the back ends and make a few quid as well. Win-win. So barley this way, I believe, and we'll see how well we did so far with the barley. And also, I don't think I've got my amounts right for the whiskey mod at the minute. yeah, you sort of have to battle with it all the time. It's weird because yesterday it was okay. Today, this morning, it's sort of like stopping, 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 and you have to like stop, start, stop, start. No, now that's actually better. Again, it's all about angles. It just goes to show when you use B mode. Mind you, I don't think we did. I don't think we may have done. We might have done actually. Yeah, I think we switched it on. I think I switched it on. It wasn't necessary, but I did. So, right. So then, sugar beet. We've got 73 tons. We stuck that in. That's going to be distributing to. So 185 litres. I can't remember. What's my 4,800 times 3? That's nearly 15 tons. That's not bad. Yeah, so again, the cut beet sugar, it does make that worthwhile getting a beet cutter, really, to actually do that. Oh, I've done it. I actually did that already. Oh, so you put beet in and then you actually mate. That was clever of me. I obviously at some point thought about that it should cut its own sugar beets. So do you know, that's not a bad little thing, is it? I think we'll stick some more in and then we'll double our outputs is what I'm thinking. Then obviously we've got the whiskey factory that should sort of, no, it's not, an hour hasn't gone yet, has it? So we've got 47,494 litres of barley. It's not bad. That is not bad at all. This is what we get in this. Now this is properly worked out. I literally did some of my research on this, and the percentage loss is really based upon the percentage loss. But obviously it is an edible thing, and it is like remnants that could be made into pig food. Obviously not on its own, but that's the premise that we've always gone on with FS, so that's why I'm going to stick to that. So yeah, 100 barley, so there's loss, 30 sugar, produces 70 barley whiskey and 30 pig food. So yeah, there is a loss of like the sort of sugar. I don't know if I've worked that in, you know. The barley should lose 30% to get the 70, but what about the 30 sugar? That's true. Really, that should boost that back up to 100. Because you're adding another input that should do that. Or do you lose the sugar in the conversion process? I shall have to do my research a little bit more. But yes, so that's going to go. The dairy, obviously, we need to be like, I don't think we've got anything to worry about for a while. Because, again, I will buy some. I do think, because obviously these are an awful long way. Now, this is special in so much as FSG has basically said that they can get milk from grass. Obviously, these particular ones are a little young for milking, but so yeah, what I mean is, what I think we'll do is I'm going to buy at least 20 cows for the other thing down at the bottom, the other milking place, and yeah, we will do that. So the manure point is in this corner. So luckily, I never went any further, or else we'll be. I don't know where they. Let's just switch the zone marks up for a minute and make sure that I haven't actually buried them, because that would be a bit. Yeah, be a little bit. That's trouble sometimes, is that you've not got your interactive zone markers on. So where is that? That's for that. So, oh, I'll bet you FSG's old school and you've got to grab it with a bucket. Well, we have got the mover FSG. We don't need buckets. We've sort of got a mobile bucket. So yes, we shall be doing that. Because it is the same as the buckets, just for those who like, yeah, there's no cheating going on. It really is a round pickup, so it's just the same as having a bucket. So it really is beautiful. So we've got another field full, and we've got plenty of straw. So where are we going to stick the straw? Yeah, now try not to make this too busy in this area. And the other thing is, there is a bit of wasted space that you're never ever going to use in the lee of that there, but you've got to be careful not to rip that to pieces when you put it down, which it will do. So we might have to rebuild it partially, because the game is a little bit unforgiving for that type of thing. So do we do the straw one? I'm trying to think. Self-sufficiency, I mean, we just opened up a lot of space, but we need to grab the wood chips off. So where? I mean, yeah, I'm sort of are we going to need the silo? It's connected to a shed though as well. I don't want to get rid of the sheds too. It's got it's got a beautiful shed on it. So even if we did build another production silo or something like that, we could sort of do that. So I'm thinking self-sufficiency, because that could sort of go somewhere about here. And I'm thinking, No, I don't want to do anything because I'm going to disturb. I think they're like, you can literally have them ripped out. I couldn't chainsaw them, so I'm presuming they're just like ones that we can use. But I don't want to do any damage to that, so I'm going to have to put the wood chips in a silo for now. I'm going to say there's quite a bit of it, so we need to do that next session. So there's a lot of scope. We've opened and changed things quite a lot. So I would say that is definitely picking that up off the ground. So yeah, that is got 201 litres of manure. So yeah, and this is true. This also, I think this too can be opened up. No, it just literally switched that super strength off, haven't you? That's it. That's it. Again, it's all going to be reused as well, the wood chips and everything, but I don't think there's many of those. I think that was, yeah, nearly all of the type of bushes that FSG's thought about you, like, if you've got any sort of, like, vision about seeing things that aren't there yet, it's all about that kind of thing with farming. So there's an awful lot of area here. We could just leave that band of trees there, because I think that's the back of the garden, I would say. No, maybe this set. So we'll see. Yeah, this is the garden. So yeah, we're going to leave these. It seems that somebody likes growing these as... Yeah. And then there's... I would presume it's supposed to be an orchard, really. Sort of. Like a... So yeah, that's a... Could I suppose. That's probably not a bad idea. Yeah. And then... Once we've got all the wood sort of chippings gone, we'll do this front row, I think. Let's just get the vision going, basically, so that next time we get all of this wood chips. Obviously, we've got to grab that. It's going to all be me next session. That's the only bad thing, because it's going to be like the straw and that you can't really, unless you were Bailey, you can't really do the mover can't really be done by a worker. It's yeah, there are some things that are just beyond, Courseplay 2. At present, I'm not sure if it ever will do something like that, but I think that's it. I think that's about right. So that, I think, is a wrap for this session. Yes. So all that remains to be said, obviously we spent, but again, we're still doing very well. And obviously the Stego or whatever it is, the Holoras, we're not really going to need that too. Also, no, we took the other one down. There was one other piece of equipment that I realised that we got that I thought, you're never going to use it. Well, the wind jar sort of, but we'll keep it, because you could sometimes do the straw and then come back and grab the straw. Oh, could you? So it's a weird thing, really. This is it. I was thinking about this. We'll get my personal one. Yeah, this is the one I tested against from Giants. It's amazing. And yet mine set up the same way. I don't understand why my... Unless my model was not set up as solid in... It's true that, yeah, I was the blender. It might be that I did it wrong originally, and it was a material that's sort of not a real material. It's not got solidity, should we say? Yeah, so it could be that. I might actually go back in Blender, come back in and see if I'm right, because it's just not quite solid. But I don't think it is that, no, thinking about it. But right, let's switch them zone markers back off, because it's going to drive us all crazy. Right, so, yeah, that is where I'm going to leave this, the second session on this beautiful map. One of my favourite from FS22. Yeah, I do love the realism of, like, this type of thing. The detailing that's gone into that is absolutely phenomenal. It really is. So, I don't know, it won't take, but yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, so for some reason, we can't actually drop into this at the minute. For some reason, so yeah, it is what it is. But I do think you're supposed to. Obviously, there's no other place in this entire area, I don't think. Let's just have a quick wander. Just see, it's not in here, is it? Oh, it's not. No, it's not. No. Yeah, there's no. It really is. That is the only grate that would make any sense for this particular thing. So we now open that up as well. And this corner, there's a lot of space there, an awful lot of wasted space. So I think we've maximised the space on this pretty much almost, and just obviously a few bushes to move once we've got the wood chips out of the way, and we will then, when we've done that, put the self-sufficiency down and decide where that's going. Because I'm sort of thinking central, as in over the entire farm. The self-sufficiency really does want to go sort of like that, but it could actually sort of central is about there. So where we were talking about clearing that, I think that's probably not a bad idea. Or even on that hill there, sort of like looking out, because there's a bit of trees that we've just chopped. So yeah, we'll figure it out. We will. Yes. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye. Oh my life! 256 tons of slurry. Wow, they have been busy. Thank you, FSG. That's going to... Yeah, now that makes sense on why we've got the spreader, doesn't it, really? So, yes. Yes. So, goodbye for now.